What's going on, guys? It is Spycat, and this is going to be part 2 of my comedy collection. They're kind of a little bit more in order. Little bit, kind of. So, here we go. Hopefully this will be my last favorite comedy movies. I can't think of any others. Alright, so first one is Drop Dead Fred. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And these next movies have to do with like money, because I'm doing comedy movies that are like about money, gambling, or like robberies and shit like that. So this is going to be in that video, because I remember I put Las Vegas on the last one. So 3 Days in Vegas. We got Rat Race. Mr. Bean's in that. We got Brewski's Millions. I don't know what's up with the glare. I honestly don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe if I do it slower like that. Easy Money, one of my favorite movies of all time. He's gonna get like the fortune of his wife's parents' money and shit like that. But he has to stay clean for like a year. Lottery Ticket, I really like this one with Little Bow Wow. I guess he's Bow Wow now. Screwed. Exactly what the fuck happened to me? I'm screwed. Norm Macdonald. They kidnapped something, a dog, or I forgot. Held Up. Good one. This one's rarely talked about. That might be out of print. Cadillac Man, one of my favorite movies of all time. Robin Williams, Tim Robbins. Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag. Great movie, I love it. David Spade's in it. Throw Mama from the Train. One of my favorite all-time 80s classics. Great movie. This next pile of movies is going to be romantic comedies, I guess. My Five Wives with Rodney Dangerfield, where he goes up to Utah and he inherits like this land, but he has to marry, like he also has to like take the five wives. Modern Romance. This is a great movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. Oh shit. I hope those movies weren't blocking the whole time. Oh well. Pretty Woman. This is kind of more like comedy drama maybe, but it's... I don't know why they put it as comedy. Shallow Hal. One of my favorite movies of all time. Love it. Saw it in the theater. Saving Silverman. Great movie. They snuffed that bitch in this. Out to Sea, one of my faves. We got Invention of Lion. It's weird. It's in this like Christmas wrapping paper thing. But this is one of my favorite movies where he's the first one to lie. So he like invents lion, thinks up lion. I would put like all the Meet the Parents movies, but I really just like the first one the best. Lost and Found. I don't think anyone has this as their favorite one, but I just like this because it's like only a David Spade movie. It's just his movie, so that's why I kind of like this one. Romantic comedy. Comedy drama. Romantic comedy drama. All-time classic, When Harry Met Sally. And I got the special edition one with the deleted scenes and stuff. Alright, so this next pile of movies is... I'm going to be doing a sports comedy movie video. All comedies. But my favorites are Beer League, one of my favorite movies, Italian, Wops and Guidos in this. Cussing, smoking, drinking, everything. Kingpin, that's not really about baseball, but these next couple ones are. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's the best movie of all time. I love this one. Woody Harrelson. Let's see. Rookie of the Year. One of my favorite ones when I was a kid. Little Big League came out like I think a little bit after that. He like is the coach of the team, Minnesota Twins. We got classic one right here. Walter Matthau, Bad News Bears. One of my favorites when I was a kid. These ones aren't my favorite, but they're just, you know, this one came after that one. And this is like the newer version with Billy Bob Thornton. I can't remember if I showed Eddie, but this is one of my favorites of all time. I can't tell you why. It's just, you don't hear about this one talked about too much, but it is one of my favorites. She like makes a shot as a fan at the game, and she gets to coach the Knicks, I think? The Knicks. Joanna Man, I might have showed this on the last one, but another basketball one. One of my favorites. He has to dress up as a chick. Longest Yard, I can't remember if I showed this one either. One of my favorite parts is when he like steals the car from the girlfriend and like he crashes it on purpose and kind of she's watching the news and shit. Happy Gilmore? Cussing. I love this. I saw this in the theater and it was so much cussing, but they were beeping it out. Ladybugs, Rodney Dangerfield, and the late Jonathan Brandis, who committed suicide. I think he hung himself. I was just looking into that too. I think he was born 1976 and he died. He hung himself, I think, in like a LA apartment in 2003. It's the kid in Neverending Story. Great movie. Gotta have Space Jam in there since I did the basketball movies. I did the Ernest one and the compilation one, or I would have put the Slam Dunk Ernest. Don't Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. One of my favorite movies of all time. This is a freaking classic right there. And I had to do this one next because it's kind of, kind of similar. Old school 80s Stallone. One of my favorite movies of all time. Rhinestone, where Dolly Parton's supposed to make anybody a star, and then she picks him, any like nobody off the street, and he's like a cab driver, singing country music and shit. Sister Act, The Wash, favorite movie, love that one. Smoking weed. Three Strikes. This is a good movie, man. Not a lot of people know about this. This is also out of print too. I don't know what happened to that actor, but he was really, really good. Brian Hooks, I think. But he's supposed to, like, he just gets out of jail. He's on probation. He's trying to keep clean. And that's pretty much it. Staying away from smoking and shit. Biodome, one of my favorite movies of all time. Love this one. Beavis and Butthead Do America. Gotta have that one in there. The Survivors. Not a lot of people know about this one either. Robin Williams and Walter Matthau. I think it's in 83 or something. We got Wild Hogs. This is one of my favorite ones because of the acting, because of the lineup. Martin Lawrence, John Travolta, freaking Tim Allen. I forgot that dude's name. William Macy. Good movie though. As for the lighting, I think I pressed evergreen like mode or whatever color that shit is. Cherokee Kid, great movie. I think this is out of print. HBO movie, put this out. Love this guy, Sinbad. City Slickers is kind of like that movie, Western kind of comedy. Favorite movie of all time. I also did the City Slickers and the compilation movies too, so that's where, or I would put part 2 because I love both those movies. 3 O'Clock High, same kind of movie as Bodyguard, actually. It's kind of about a bully. He has to meet the bully at 3 o'clock and shit. He's trying to avoid him and shit. We got, now this next pile is kids movies. Kids comedies. Joe Somebody, love that one. Kind of like Big Bully. Dunstan Checks In, love this one where he's like in a hotel, I think, and I don't know how, but he makes like this orangutan friend. I didn't even do this on purpose, but another monkey movie. I loved this one when I was a kid. Monkey Trouble. Love that. One of my favorites. This one's actually out of print too. This one's worth some money. Little Marker. Love Walter Matthau. Another gambling movie. He's like betting on horses and shit. Goonies. Gotta have this one as your favorite. 80s classic. We got Cop and a Half. Love this one. Love that original cover too. We got Casper. Can't remember if I had that in the other one. We got Matilda. And I haven't went through all my kids' movies, so there could be some of my more of my favorites I'm missing. Camp Nowhere. This was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Came out in like the 90s or some shit. In and Out, about the Kevin Kline plays a teacher that's about to get married, and I guess he like thinks he's gay, but he's not, and I can't remember what happens at the end, but I think like Tom Selleck's in it. It's really funny though, because nobody like ever would have thought that. Then he comes out on like national TV or some shit. And since I did this movie, I'm gonna do another like little handful of movies that also are like kind of about like gay stuff. So LGBT people and fans. The next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies. So these are 8 movies that are LGBT fan friendly and shit. Yeah, because I didn't want to do a separate video on that. But a couple of them are my favorites. Like Happy Texas, love this one. We got Tootsie. I actually really like this one a lot. This one was pretty funny to me. We got, none of these are my favorites, but this was like in the dollar bin. John Stamos is like the brother of the guy getting married. We got Strange Bedfellows. Not a lot of people know about this one. This is, I think it's the same thing actually as Chuck and Larry. They like have to pretend like they're a married couple, they're firemen. I wonder how many people knew about that movie. It's Pat. This is in the middle. Not a girl, not a guy. But it's Pat. Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newman? Yeah, Newmar. And had to add that one. But I'm pretty sure that these two... Yeah, because they're firemen. And these guys are firemen, I think. Yeah. So these movies are actually kind of... They should go together. But these are great movies right there. And Parenthood. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Parenthood with Steve Martin. And I have another little couple of movies that are kind of similar to Parenthood. Parents, kids, and shit. We got Bye Bye Love. These aren't my favorites, but they kind of just go with those. My Summer Story. I don't know what's up with the glare. The Dress Code. You know what? My Summer Story and The Dress Code are out of print too. Alright, these next 4 movies are Latin comedians, I guess you could say. And they're all my favorites. Born in East LA, Daniel Stern, Cheech Marin. Great movie. Shrimp on the Barbie. Not a lot of people know about this one either, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love this movie, man. He's like, I don't know, he's like a repair guy or something, and then he falls for this like millionaire girl. A Million to One. Favorite movie of all time. This is a great one. Has a really good message and shit like that. Money can't buy everything. That message. Has a bunch of actors in it and shit. Great movie though. I love that one. And Tortilla Heaven. They get like they find like this tortilla that has Jesus' like face on it. And it like everyone starts going to this town that's like unknown and stuff, so they're trying to make money off the Jesus freaking thing. These next pile of movies are comedy dramas, and they're all my favorite movies. Of course, a fucking alarm's going off right now. Who gives a fuck? Irish Jam. Sorry about that. You fucking motherfuckers. There we go. Father's Day. Takes place in San Francisco, my city. Great movie, man. This like mother like loses her kid, and then she tells like 2 guys that aren't the father to get them to like look for him. Great movie though. My Girl. This is This is kind of more of a drama, but it's marked as a comedy drama. So, My Girl, sad movie. We got My Giant with Billy Crystal. Cats jumping up on shit. Whatever works. There's another movie called Clear History, but this one's way better than that. He's like, his girlfriend's like some young, like 20-year-old. The guy in Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David, creator of Seinfeld. What Women Want, where he gets a magical gift to like read women and shit. If I only had fucking that. My First Mister. I bet nobody even knows about this movie. Great movie. It's Lily Sobieski. And she plays like this punk rock girl who's never had a boyfriend. And her first crush ends up being, her first job ends up being at Albert Brooks's shoe store. And then she kind of has a crush on him. Really sad movie, actually. We got Mother, one of my favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. He basically is in like a writing rut. He can't like write, and he's like a writer. So he goes back to his roots, goes back to his hometown, and wants to like take his room back. And the mother is kind of just like, she has like this boyfriend, so she doesn't really want him there. And it's great. It's one of my favorite Albert Brooks movies. Bucket List. They're in a hospital. Him and Nicholson, Freeman and Nicholson, and Nicholson's like a gazillionaire, billionaire, and he tells Morgan Freeman, write down whatever you want to do and we'll do it. A bucket list. Fuck it. It's a bucket list. Fisher King, one of my... This is the best comedy drama of all the 90s, I would say. One of my favorite movies of all time. I remember this was on HBO with Dances with Wolves when I was like, when they had like the free week when I was a kid. And I was able to watch like my first rated R movie. But like Robin Williams was like naked, so I was like, tripped out and shit. But this is a fucking classic. Another Robin Williams one, World's Greatest Dad. About, he's like a dad, he's a school teacher, and he walks in a room and his son's like, he didn't kill himself, but you gotta watch it. Terminal, love this movie, man. This is a great movie. Kind of romantic comedy drama. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. I don't think this is a comedy. Well, yeah, it says comedy drama. I want someone to eat fucking cheese with. I like this movie a lot. I can't tell you why, I just like it. Because it's like a nobody and he gets a girl, you know. This is the movie that I was saying is like, I think Delivery Man with Vince Vaughn copies this one. Or, I don't know. One or the other. The Good Girl. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Early 2000. Jake Gyllenhaal, Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston, like, I think she, like, falls for, they work in, like, a market or, like, fucking retail store. And she, like, cheats on her husband with Jake Gyllenhaal. And then he gets all obsessed. And you have to see. But it's kind of a messed up ending. Might be the ending of my life. Patch Adams, one of my favorite movies of all time. I have two versions of this. This one, and this is like a weird, I don't even know what this is, man. This is kind of weird. Like signature edition or some shit, ultimate edition. I love that movie. Based on a true story. We got Pizza. This is just like, I gotta put these ones together. Because they're so freaking like the same. Kinda. You guys know what I'm talking about. And this is definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. Takes place in my city. I used to love this movie. I still do, but I don't feel like watching these types of movies anymore. You have to see this movie. It has a great message and shit. And it's in my city. It is The Other Freaking Sister. With, what's that girl's name? Juliette Lewis, Diane Keaton, Giovanni Ribisi, however you say that. But they're basically two people that have like what do I say? What's it like? Actually, I don't give a fuck. They have, I don't know, mental disability. They're, I don't know, retarded. I don't fucking know. Mentally challenged. That's it. Not retarded. That's, but yeah. Sue me. Anyway, I can't remember if I did these in the last video, but I just want to put them in here in case I didn't. Employee of the Month. I'll be doing a comedy video on like comedy movies that have to do with jobs, like Waiting, that movie, because it's in like a market. Stewart Saves His Family. I think I did do this on the other one. It's out of print. And I can't remember if